Hello. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, Gaurav.
Yes, we
Okay.
Yes,
can
we
hear
can.
you.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So, I think Mahar or Jamil was asking a question about the reports.
Yes.
Okay, Jamil, I tried yesterday. Some of the reports which are not working earlier, I checked that reports. Some of the reports are working now, but again, not all the reports are working. There are still some reports which are still not working. I sent the screenshot to our technical team. Let them come back because there is no point checking half the reports and half the reports are not coming. So I think they need to come back on both the things at the issues which we are facing at the asset level and the reporting level. That has already been highlighted now. Okay.
Okay.
And then I sent you 4 links now. If you checked your mails, so one of the link is the general, like whatever is new in Simple Finance, it will give you the entire background, what exactly is new, and this site will help you. Whatever new things will come, like whatever will be available in the next edition, everything will be updated at the same location. Okay. Second part,
Uh, Gaurav, Neeraj
uh,
here.
yes.
Gaurav, as we speak, I have sent you my email ID and my
Mm-hmm.
contact details. So I was
Mm-hmm.
really wondering, could you get a chance to forward it to this email ID as well, which I shared recently?
Sorry, sorry.
I've shared you with my email ID as we talk.
Okay.
So have you shared the links right now, or did it happen
Yes,
earlier?
I shared around 10 minutes back. So have you provided your ID yesterday or you just sent it now?
No, I have just sent it as we speak.
Okay, okay, just a minute. Let me send. Is there anybody else also who has still not received this? Whoever has sent me the file, the test mail yesterday, I sent to them. I'll send you also. Just give me a minute. Yes, Neeraj, I sent you now. Okay. So as I was talking about that, there are 4 files or 4 links that I sent to you. Second is related to the asset accounting, which will cover entire asset accounting, the configuration part, the depreciation calculation, whatever changes have been made, it will talk about new asset accounting. I also sent you the third file, which is, I think, Neeraj, have you got your answer that I told you that for Fiori you don't need any separate license because SAP is providing this in the bundle. So
See,
third link,
it's a
if
bit right. It's a bit confusing because at
yes,
some
yes, but
places
I
they say
think
that for 15 days it's a free trial for which you do not need to pay any money.
no, 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 no. I'm not talking about that trial version. I
Uh-huh.
have sent you the link. Can you just open that third link or let me open here?
Okay.
I sent you the link now in which SAP has announced that SAP Fiori will be uh, there will be no
Mm-hmm.
separate licenses. It will come with are all of you have got this link, the third link, and can you open that link and see what exactly it means to say?
Yeah, we got it. Modernizing the user experience, SAP Fiori now includes with SAP software. Right, this is
Yes,
the article, right? Okay. Orlando. Oh, and this.
and this is see this is not new. This is that you see the date June 2014. So
Hmm.
I don't know where is the confusion. Again, we need to go through this article in too much of detail. There must not be any terms and conditions again because
Hmm.
But I think looking at the headline, it seems that it is you don't need anything separately for SAP Fiori.
Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Yes. So this was one thing. Second thing, yesterday we were discussing. Okay, let me come to this server now. Okay, can you see the SAP server now?
Yes, we can.
Can you see SAP server?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. So yes, second thing that I think Harish asked yesterday or Raghu asked yesterday in the GL master, when we create a reconciliation account for asset, there is one tick. What exactly this means? I tried to search this. I tried to know this what exactly this is, but as far as websites or anything concerned, they are not provided any information. But what I think you will also agree to that. Just let me open that. If you remember, in our old system, apart from the primary and secondary cost elements, we also need to create the cost elements as statistical. If the profit center field is defined as mandatory and we need to assign each and every GL with the profit center. So in that case, even for our balance sheet accounts, we have to provide the statistical cost element, right? I think this take is related to that. So if you are taking this, this means you want the statistical cost element to be created for this account because the cost element settings are not separate now. It will be included within this GL account. If you just tick that, if you are not ticking, and if you have configured that my profit center field is mandatory for all my balances or all my transactions, so that at that time it will throw error, I think. But again, we need to check. I'm not checking. I'm not changing any document splitting characteristics
Actually,
here.
sorry, Gaurav, to disturb. I tried to post sales by using the profit center. I got an error similar there, saying that
Mm-hmm.
account assignment for profit center or something similar error I got it. So I
No,
think
but
we
I
should
think
use
the profit center. See, the profit center is not mandatory now. Profit center. If you see the, I don't know why this server is not working. Let me.
So Gaurav, earlier we used to use like dummy profit center. Finally,
So
at
that
places where
is
we right.
no. See, neither that is different. Dummy profit center is different. What I'm talking about now is, for example, if you are saying that in my document splitting characteristics for my general ledger, I want
Mm.
to make profit center field as mandatory. Okay, let me show you
Mm.
this screen. I think now it is available. Let
Why
me
don't you
show you
post one
this.
invoice by using?
Server is working too slow today actually.
Welcome to the world of HANA.
You know what, in the document splitting, even in the document splitting, even if you do not select the profit center field as a mandatory, but when you create the cost elements against the sales account, then the cost object profit center field is mandatory because the
No, that is for expense accounts, that is for revenue accounts. But when we talk about balance sheet accounts, for example, asset and material, normally we don't give any cost center to our material and to our asset. Okay, it may be defined in the for asset master and material master, but that is only used for consumption. Am I right?
yes,
Yes.
you're right.
Yes. But if I want to have profit center field as mandatory and I want for each and every GL account that profit center should be flown. Okay.
Yes,
So in that case, what happens is if you remember, we have to create a
Garo, that's
statistical
about
cost
cost center,
element.
right?
Yes. No, 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 no. We
So
need to have a
it's not
we
profit
need to have a
center,
statistic.
whether it is balance sheet and P&L, you can have a profit center
Yeah.
even without a cost element. But if you need the cost object, which is cost center or WBS, then you
Mhm.
need this statistical cost element.
Yes. So for cost center or any cost object apart from profit center, you mean to say, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it means the actual cost object, what it is actual and
Right.
real
In one
cost object.
case,
Yes. Real cost
met,
object, you mean to say.
yeah. In one case, we define materials as cost elements because we wanted to have this material value to be
Yes.
calculated into results analysis. So
Yes, so
basically,
cost element category 90, right? Statistical.
right.
And I think that is exactly the purpose of this stick. So if you want to create, for example, if you want to have a cost element also for this GL, and that has to be statistical, then you need to have this stick. The server is not working here. Just give me a minute. I want to show you that settings. Krishna, are you there? There is any problem with the server, or because internet is working as far as I am able to communicate with the people? Let me try to disconnect this server and connect again.
Oh, that, hmm.
Guys, I think there is some problem with this server. It was working till now. I was doing all this testing here. Just give me a minute. Let me call Krishna.
Yeah, Gaurav, I'm just calling Krishna, okay? Just 1 minute.
Yes, Sana. Yes. Okay, till the time this server resumes. There was another query yesterday. It was regarding this quantity update in depreciation area, if you remember, right? And somebody asked that why it needs to be only updated for 0L and what is the purpose of this quantity update. The reason behind that is in the asset master, if you remember, we update the quantity and the unit of measurement. So whenever we perform any transaction or whenever we purchase any asset, this quantity is updated automatically, right? Now it comes from the depreciation area which is real. So for example, till now there was only one depreciation area which was posting in real time. So that is the reason why everything was getting updated from the leading depreciation area. But now the problem is that all the depreciation areas, all the non-leading depreciation areas also posting in real time. So which depreciation area should be considered to update this quantity field in the asset master? So that is the setting that we need to maintain here. Let me see if it is working now. Yes, this particular thing.
Gaurav, he's checking, Krishna is checking. Just
Okay,
2 minutes, he'll just update you here.
okay.
So it is logging in, but you're not able to navigate, you're saying?
It is very slow actually. It is working but very slowly.
Okay,
Gaurav,
okay.
Gaurav,
Yes, yes.
we can't see your means. As of now, I can only see the SPRO screen. That's it. Now, no,
Yes, yes, I am at SPRO itself.
no. Okay, now I
It
can
is not
because
going any.
before that it was not going anywhere. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. It is slow.
Very slow. Yeah, see, I just executed this transaction, it is taking this much time. Till that time, if you have any questions, you can ask. We can actually talk about some other thing then.
Gaurav, sorry, I have the bit of one doubt.
Hmm?
Actually, right, we are calling the tables, right? Table means the right now we are calling the table view and the normal table. Right? What is the difference that in the view and normal table?
Okay. So
View.
yes, it is view is actually the mirror. View is a mirror image of the table. But it, for example, let's say if I have BSEC, if I have BKPF, and if I have BSET, for example, I have three different tables and I want to generate a report out of it, right? So what I do is I ask my ABAPer to create a report by taking the data from all these tables. What he does is he writes the SQL query, right?
Yeah, you
From
like
which
yeah.
he will just take, yes, he will ask for all this data from different tables. And this table, like when he writes the query, he creates a uh, temporary
Internal
table
table.
in which he stores
Yeah,
the
internal.
data,
Yeah,
internal
internal
table.
table. It will store, yeah, it will
So
store the internal table and it will pick based on the internal table. Once we'll
yes,
go back, right, then automatically that internal table will disappear. Means we can't data it will disappear.
exactly.
Yeah.
So exactly till the time you are using that report, that information will be available in that
Yeah.
table. But once you are out of the transaction, the table will be blank, right?
Yeah. Yes.
In the same way, the view is also created. So view is just a query which gets the data from all these different tables, and once the purpose is solved, it is again blank. So it is not holding any data at any point of time. It is just taking the data from different tables and showing you the report.
Oh.
So
Yeah.
for example, when we talk about BSAS, so these were
Mm-hmm.
tables till now. They were storing the data. Okay, they were
Yes.
performing some manipulations and then they were keeping the data with themselves. But now they have been removed and they have been created as views. So what will happen is at any point of time, this will not have any data. Whenever we'll ask any data from BSIS, they will perform a query. They will take the data from AC.K and they will show it to you.
Oh, yeah, I got it. Yeah, now got
We are saving on the memory space.
it. Memory space, yes. You won't store
Yes.
any data in these tables, but whenever we are calling these table fields, these fields it will go to the AC tag and it will pick up and will show, right? That is the purpose only the views.
Yes.
Thank you.
A lot of tables have been removed and they have been created as the views in Simple Finance, S4HANA.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, so I was talking about this
Go,
thing. If you, yes,
okay, can I ask question? Okay.
yes, go
Hello?
ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, Harish here. Okay, suppose for instance, when it comes to fixed assets, leading ledger which got calendar year fiscal as a fiscal year variant. Let us take example K4. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Non-leading ledger where for local gap which got fiscal year variant V3, April to March. Okay, in
No, it
such
is not.
case,
It is not possible.
is it not possible?
No. It is not possible. In the newer version also it is not possible. You can have a different fiscal year variant, but again, the
Hmm.
start date and the end date has to be same.
Yes, yes. Okay. Because
So this
I
this
tried this.
restriction, yes,
Yeah,
this restriction was earlier also, and now it is continuing.
yeah. Especially for fixed assets, it doesn't work. Whereas other cases,
Yes,
it works. Yeah. Okay.
yes. For other cases it works.
Okay. And also in simple finance, see, when we do a cutover for fixed assets, is there any
Mm-hmm.
changes? Because normally we do it in AS91 or OASV. this kind of thing. Okay, when it comes to simple finance, whether cutover being same or is there any changes?
No, it is going to be same. Only thing is, see, if you are taking the data, for example, if you are having real depreciation areas, so, or the depreciation areas which are taking the APC values directly, so in that case, when you run this AS91, normally what we do is we only update the data in one depreciation area, and automatically the data is copied to other depreciation areas, right? But
Yeah.
now, going forward, if you are saying that all my depreciation areas will take APC values directly, they are not going to take it from 01. So in that case, under AS91, you have the option of uploading the acquisition and accumulated depreciation for multiple depreciation areas also. So you have to take care at that time. Otherwise,
Okay.
you have to use the same transaction. AS91 works for this also.
Okay. Then after that, OASV, using OASV transaction, just update the GL values.
Reconciliation.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That also
Uh,
will be same.
Gaurav, uh,
Yes.
we discussed, okay, just now Harish referred about the fiscal year variant. We discussed at the start of this training that in simple
Yes.
finance, we can use the different fiscal year see, okay, you showed us that even the name should be same, right? For example, the
No, that
K4 is the
is,
calendar year.
see, that is for controlling area and company code. Both things
Okay,
are
okay,
different.
okay, okay.
That
That
is
is
the
for
fiscal
controlling
area
area and company
variant.
code.
Yes, so whatever fiscal year variant you are assigning to your company code, it has to be same for controlling area also.
Even the name.
Yes.
But for ledger purpose, we can assign a different fiscal year variant provided the periods are same.
Yes, you can assign. Yes, yes, yes. You can assign different ledgers. For example, for company code, you are providing a fiscal year variant, which is for leading ledger. It has to be same for the controlling area. But apart from leading ledger, if you are creating any non-leading ledger, it can be different.
But in that case also, is there any? So in that case, I can assign V3 and the leading ledger can be K4, right?
That is possible, but again, it will create problem in asset accounting. In asset accounting, you cannot use this fiscal year variant then. The start date and the end date has to be same.
Oh, so it doesn't
And
matter
this
with the
restriction,
number of periods. It matters with the start date and end date. Okay.
yes. So
Yeah.
you can have 24 periods also, like 15 days, one period. That is also
Uh,
possible. But again, you have to make sure that the start and the end date is same.
so
So
then
Gaurav,
there,
let me understand one
Okay.
thing.
then it's something as then we should take care in that in the controlling area and company code config also, because otherwise it might create confusion at the end, right? Because if I want to assign V3 to the non-leading ledger, I can't use new asset accounting at all. It means you mean to say that?
Yes, see, if you want to use V3 and you want to have the parallel valuation in asset accounting for that area also, in
Yeah.
that case, asset accounting will not support. And now, because in
So
new
what to
asset
do?
accounting, it is see that I'm coming to it. So till now, it was like if you don't want to use that valuation area and asset accounting, you had the option. It was not must that you have to create a depreciation area. But now, because in new asset accounting, you have to uh, create the depreciation area for each non-leading standard ledger. So in that case, you will not be able to create a separate separate fiscal, you will not be able to assign the separate fiscal year variant to your company code also for non-leading ledger.
Yeah.
The
So
start date and the end date has to be same.
so at the non-ledger config, if the local gap wants me to have V3, I cannot
Mhm.
use the asset accounting in that case.
Yes.
So if the client asks me this question, what should I reply?
Yes. Yeah.
No, you have to say that it is not supported. Simple, because even in the if you just go through the document which I sent to you, the link in asset accounting, I think in the first screen itself it will tell you that the different fiscal years can be assigned, but the start date and the end date has to be same.
So it means at the start, at the non-leading ledger also, we should take care that it should sync with the asset. It should
Yes,
sync with the
yes,
variant given in the asset accounting config.
yes, yes.
Ah,
Yeah. In fact, this
Gaurav, so
configuration I have tried, but message I got same thing. I got error message that both fiscal year variant must have same start and end date. Only
Yes,
period
yes,
between and
it will not
dip
allow
and
you.
two variants. Yeah. Even in
Yes,
new GL also it was same thing. Same restriction was there, I think.
yes, yes. The same restriction is
Can
here
you show
now.
me,
Also.
Gaurav, can you show me where we assign fiscally variant in the new set accounting config?
No, we don't assign this in new asset. Okay, let me show you.
Because now I'm getting confused
We
there with the
see,
fiscally variant.
it is very simple. First of all,
Yeah, I
everything
know about
starts
the ledger
from
one. Yeah.
yes, everything starts from ledger, right?
Okay.
So I have a ledger called as 0L and I have a ledger called as NL, which is my non-leading ledger.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For 0L, I have the fiscal year variant V3, and for NL, for example, if I am providing the fiscal year variant K4. Now when
Uh-huh.
I go to asset accounting, and again, this 0L and NL have been assigned to my accounting principles also.
Yes.
So 0L is assigned to local GAAP and NL is assigned to IFRS, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Now, whenever I'll create a depreciation area, I have to assign the accounting principle to my depreciation area. So indirectly, it is taking the values from the ledger. So whatever depreciation areas you will create, you have to assign the accounting principle. This accounting principle is assigned to your ledger, and ledgers are assigned to the fiscal year variance. So
So it
there
means
itself it will go.
when I try to create depreciation area, system will throw me an error.
Yes, system will not allow you to create the depreciation area with different fiscal year variants for which the start and end date is different.
Actually, this error comes at the time of F-90, where we procure the fixed asset, right? During that time only
Mm-hmm.
this error comes. At the time of creation of depreciation area, it allows.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So means in the config it will allow.
yeah. That's what when I tested and configured, that's what I noticed.
No, but
So it will not
if
allow us to
see,
do the transaction there. That means.
Gaurav, just a
sorry,
minute. I think I'm not able to follow. Hi, this is Neeraj here.
uh-huh,
Gaurav, I'm
yes,
sorry. I think
Neeraj.
I'm not able to follow this discussion. You said
Mm-hmm.
that for the scenario where two GL accounts that is leading and non-leading with different fiscal years.
Two leading
I'm
GL
sorry.
accounts, two ledgers.
Two
We are
GL
talking
accounts
about
means
two
0L
ledgers.
and NL, right? 0L and NL, where V3 and K4, right? Different
Mm-hmm.
account fiscal year variant.
Mm-hmm.
And now you say in depreciation area, since we assign accounting principle, so it will not allow
Yes,
because the accounting principle is picking up a fiscal year variant, which are
yes,
different for different.
yes.
So we can't deal with this scenario at all in the new set accounting.
No, no, no. We can't deal.
Is there any SAP node to overcome this one? No.
I don't think so. Okay, let me show you this. I think Anurag, you were asking this question in the first session itself, and can you just open the second link that I sent to you? All of you, please.
Second link. Okay. Just a minute.
Yes, second link.
Then I am surprised if we can't use this asset accounting, why SAP has given the option to use a different fiscal variant at the ledger level?
No, no, no. See, different fiscal year variants is okay, but they have to be starting from same.
No,
The
but if it is
starting and
allowed in
the
the
end
ledger
date has to
level,
be same.
why it is not allowing asset accounting?
Above that, Gaurav,
Uh,
this is very hard to digest because in
Actually,
large
mm-hmm,
multinationals in different countries, I'd
client
say
will not accept.
mm-hmm,
this scenario is very normal. A
Yeah.
company having a fiscal year from January to December and from March to April.
Yes.
mm-hmm.
I from I this is surprised. If I say to the client it is not supported by SAP, he will not accept this fact.
Right.
Okay. Just give me a minute, huh? Just let me open this. I
Because
think
you
it
see,
is
this
not
is quite a
available.
but a common feature.
This is very common. Yes, you are right, Neeraj. Very common. Because V3 and K4 can be in because we are not working in one country. We are working
Right.
across the
I'd
globe.
say SAP acceptability won't come. Client would raise a serious doubt.
then client will ask a question about the viability of SAP itself.
It's it. That's true. No, I'm saying, believe me, I'm saying multinationals which are spread in different countries with like different statutory requirements of fiscal year. So you would say asset account is not going to support them?
Gaurav, is that start and end period for the fiscal year as such or for each of the periods, right?
No, for the year.
From 1st to 31st of a month.
Yes. No. From 1st of Jan, for example, if the you are following K4, so the different second fiscal year variant also should start from 1st of Jan and it should end at 31st of December. This is the
My
requirement.
understanding is, like, for example, if I take 1st Jan to 31st Jan, it can be period 1 in one fiscal year variant, but it can be period 7 in another fiscal year variant. That's what my understanding is.
So you mean to say the start and the end date of the period?
Periods should be the same. Maybe it can be one period in one variant and another period in another variant.
Just give me a minute. I'm trying to open that.
Okay. Gaurav, I opened that link. So what you were trying to?
Yes, I am also searching that because this is there are actually a lot of documents available. So I'm just finding where exactly this thing was mentioned. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to open another document. Here also it is mentioned, but I need to check where exactly. So I need to go through the entire site then. So instead of that, I have one document which is in my desktop. Let me open and see. Let me just.
Gaurav, are you trying to figure out some documentary proof that fixes it won't support
Yes. Yes.
Well, it may be very, very hard to digest that. And would you mind checking up once with SAP as well? Because this can have long-lasting effects. I would say that will shake the client's confidence itself. Or then how are we going to handle situations where a multi-currency company with multi-currency, with the multi-statutory requirements for closure of books of accounts, multi-accounting periods, multi-accounting principles, then how are they going to operate? Because they can't, they won't be keeping a separate system for asset accounting and a separate system for GLs. So I think you can once figure it out with SAP. I'm definitely sure there is something missing out here.
Yes,
So
yes, I also think so because
this doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, correct.
Now let me just see what is the uh, language they have used. So it will
No,
give
no,
us the
Gaurav, there
idea.
is Gaurav, just a minute. It's 100%
Yes.
either there is some interpretation mistake, or maybe
Mm-hmm.
some documentation mistake, or whatever, or there is some knowledge gap. Maybe if you are still with SAP, so you can connect to Malonan. He'll be able to tell you exactly.
See, just a minute. I got this. Just a minute, huh? Let me share the screen. It is. Yes. Can you see the screen now? Can you see this?
Yes.
So what do you think this should be? Different fiscal year variants for each valuations, but there is a restriction. Start date and end date of the fiscal year variant must be the same.
Date it is referring, not period.
Yes, here it is saying fiscal year. And even I think I have tried this also. So there also it was throwing error. And
Yeah.
Which document it is? You already shared with us, right? This one.
this is parallel valuation in asset accounting.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Actually,
okay,
this
maybe.
scenario already configured in the system. If someone want to see it, see that we can use
No, no, but
company code
configured, but you are saying
710.
it is throwing error. It is throwing error
Yes,
in
yes.
transaction, right?
Yeah, yes,
Yes, then
correct.
that is the
Yeah,
whole
just
idea. If it is
in
throwing
order to
error,
look the message. That's why I told. But this restriction even earlier also was there in New GL. It
yes,
is
that
not
is
that
exactly.
in
But
simple.
again,
Yeah,
we
it
were
is not that
expecting
in
that at
simple
least in
finance.
simple. Yes. See, earlier there was a restriction, but there was not the mandatory thing that you need to create a valuation or depreciation area for non-leading ledger. So even if you are using the separate fiscal year variant for your non-leading ledger, it is not necessary to create a depreciation area, and you can continue to use asset accounting. But now the problem is you cannot first of all, you cannot assign the different fiscal year variant, and if you are assigning, you are not able to use asset accounting at all then.
Yes, correct. It will throw error. Yes.
Which company code is that in system?
7140. Yeah, you can use F-90. Just acquire the any asset. Already asset one number one it is created.
Let me check if the system is working, then I'll just open it here itself. I hope it is of interest to everybody. Somebody is not getting bored of all these things. Okay.
Gaurav, somehow the other, this is really, it's very, very hard to digest. Though it's in black and white, but
Yes.
then I'm saying, how are you going to handle situations where a company has two different company codes in two different countries, which have different accounting principles? For example, your IFRS and your US GAAP. US GAAP closes January to December. IFRS closes from April to March, assuming it's in UK. Right, so they can never have the same start and the end date.
Mm-hmm.
So then,
Yes, I
how are
can
you going
understand
to?
it.
So how are you going to account for the fixed assets for such companies?
Okay. First, let's. Can you just tell me which is the company that you have created?
Yeah, 7140.
7140.
Hmm.
And which are the different ledgers you are saying?
Ledger is 0L. Another one
Okay.
is non-leading Z1.
Okay. So 0L. All of you are facing the slowness in the server, or it is only with me?
Yeah, even we also
So
face it.
facing this.
7134, right?
7140.
Sorry, 7140.
Yeah.
Okay. So here you assigned the fiscal year
K4.
variant is
K4.
it is K4. Okay,
Yeah.
calendar year for special periods, and then in
This is for 0L. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
yes, this is for 0L. Have you tried to configure to avoid the depreciation area for this valuation? If I don't want to create a depreciation area for the non-leading ledger, is that possible at least? If that
Yeah.
is
I didn't.
possible, okay, we can go ahead and at least we will not be able to use asset accounting for that particular depreciation area for that particular accounting principle. But at least from the general ledger perspective, we will be having two different ledgers with different fiscal year variants. So if that is also working, that is also fine, I think. So it will be same what was happening earlier.
Yeah. See, if you look at there itself, V3 it is mentioned. Starting up the
Yes, this
screen
is
itself.
V3.
Yeah.
Okay, outside itself, yes, V3.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. So now,
There, there are some more ledgers, so maybe there are so many ledgers. Okay, okay, to that company code.
okay,
Okay, Gaurav, one question.
yes.
Okay, if the non-leading ledger is a standard ledger or appendix ledger, it doesn't matter. We have to create a depreciation area for parallel valuation, right? In the
No,
new
it is
fiscal year.
only for standard ledger.
So if we go with the appendix ledger, then it is not required.
No, depreciation area is not mandatory in that case.
Even in simple finance.
Yes, only in simple finance itself because appendix ledger
Yeah,
was
because
not
appendix ledger
available.
only in simple finance. So in that case, it means
Yes,
that if we use non-leading ledger as appendix ledger, then we won't face this problem.
but again in appendix ledger, we are getting the values from 0L. So can we assign the separate fiscal year variant to appendix ledger first of all? Okay, that also we'll check. So you mean to say you have created this for your
This is for chart of depreciation D015. Actually, mine is 7140.
sorry. Yes, chart of depreciation 7140, right? Chart of
Yeah.
depreciation also same.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so you have created this much. So these are two parallel currencies or what? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Group currency and hard currency.
So here it is not showing any error, right? You are
Yeah.
able to do so.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, and what transaction
Z1.
you are trying? Okay, first of all, let me try to delete this. Let me see if it is allowing me to continue without using these depreciation areas. Can I do so?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Guru, I think if both companies have different fiscal year variants, and so we will have to create different, the chart of depreciation. We will have to create two chart of depreciation and assign to them. If this is the case, there is a
If the
solution. If the
no, if you are see, again, if you are creating, okay, you are saying that for two valuations we need to create two chart of depreciation. You mean to say?
no, if both company codes has different.
No, that is different thing. We are talking about a single company code here. Single company code with two valuations.
Oh,
What is this error? Ledger Z1 defined in company code is not active. See, it is not allowing us to delete, right? Because it is saying if you are
Yeah.
if you
Once.
have
Yeah.
created a yes, so you already created a Z1 in general ledger accounting, so it has to be in chart of depreciation also.
Yeah.
Now let me go back and let's see what is the setting at appendix ledger. So whatever Anurag is asking, let us clear that also. Sorry.
Okay.
So let me check any appendix ledger. This one, for example. Okay.
You can try Z2. Z2 also appendix ledger.
Okay, Z2 is assigned to this company code itself?
Yeah, 7140 as a appendix ledger.
Okay, okay. So company code and then I think I selected 2.
Mm.
Yes. Hmm.
7140.
Mhm. See, I don't think it will allow you to change this.
It is K4S means it is same as 0L.
Yes, it is taking the all the values from 0L except the I think the posting period variant. Fiscal year and everything it is taking from 0L because it is the base ledger for this.
Okay, one question, Gaurav. If I recollect the previous sessions, appendix ledger. See, just now we showed us that we can the non-leading ledger can also be the real-time posting depreciation area, but that is only possible if it is standard non-leading ledger, not appendix non-leading ledger, right?
Yes, because normally we don't create any depreciation area for appendix ledger.
Appendix.
And as I told you, it is still not very much supported in asset accounting. I think when we discussed about appendix ledger, this was the constraint, right?
Yeah, yeah. But we also
So the
discussed
only thing is, yes,
during
just a
appendix
minute. Let
ledger
me,
session. Sorry.
yes, sorry, Anurag, go ahead.
No, we also discussed during appendix ledger session that it is better if we advise client to go with the appendix ledger because of some benefits attached to it, right?
Yes, but again, as I told you that if they want to use asset accounting for parallel valuation, in that case, don't go now. Wait for the uh, version changes and then only. I think we discussed this. So if the asset accounting is not required for the parallel valuation, you can always go for appendix ledger because the database size will come down drastically. But if the requirement is for parallel valuation also, they want to go for uh, this appendix ledger. So that is not suggested till now.
Okay. Got it.
Now let's go and see what error you are getting. What is the transaction you are trying to do? F-90?
Yep. Yeah, F-90, yes.
Okay, what is the asset?
Asset number 1-0.
I need to change the company code also.
Yeah. Currency is Singapore dollar, SGD.
Okay. STD.
SGD.
GD. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Vendor.
Vendor is Z7140.
I think it will come. Okay. Okay. Set 10. Fiscal year variants in company code have different start dates. Let's try to understand this error correctly. I think if there is a solution, it will be here itself. So accounting principles. Okay, which is this first one. You are not assigned this accounting principle to this ledger group or what? Okay, let's see. Are assigned to at least one depreciation area in chart of depreciation 7140. The first day of the fiscal year variant of the representative ledger. Representative ledger.
Main ledger of the ledger group. Yeah.
Okay.
It differs
So
from the
if it
first day.
is representative ledger group. Okay, in company code 7140 differs from the first day of the fiscal year variant of the representative ledger group of C110. Okay, however, both fiscal year variant must have the same start and end date. Only the periods within the fiscal year can be different into variants. Assign accounting principles that have fiscal year variant with the same start and end date to the depreciation areas. I think
So it means it is relevant for representative ledger only. But generally
for
we have 1:1 relation, right? Representative and ledger group in this case.
a representative ledger and ledger group, it is not like that. You can have multiple ledgers,
No,
but
we can have multiple, but in our scenario we have 1:1.
yes. Not that has to be there, right? So
Yeah.
whatever we are going to post, the representative ledger is the basic criteria. So we cannot change the representative ledger. I was thinking about that when I was reading this, but then I realized we cannot do anything here also. So as of this message, it is very clear that system is not allowing. But only thing is, what is the workaround then? Because see, earlier
That
at
is
least
our
we had the
question.
option of yes,
Yes,
at
yes.
least earlier there was an option that you don't use the parallel valuation for your asset accounting, but now that is also not the option. You have to use, if you want to use new asset accounting, you have to use it for parallel valuation also. And if you want to use parallel valuation, the start and end date has to be same. So it implies that if you want to use asset accounting for all the non-leading ledgers which are standard, you have to make the settings such like that ki fiscal year variant has to be the start and the end date has to be same. Okay, let me check this. You also try to check if you're getting something related to this. But as of now, I think this is very clear that it is not allowing.
Okay.
And I also agree with all of you that there has to be something. But again, I have still not found, because in my last company where I had done the implementation, I was not there was not a very complicated situation at least. So they don't had any they had two valuation areas, like for example they had two non leading ledgers, but both were having the same fiscal year variant, so there was not a problem. But again, we need to come on this, we need to check this, what exactly this is. Okay, anything else?
Hello, Gaurav.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Hi Gaurav, this is Neeraj here.
Yes, tell me. Yes, Neeraj.
But nevertheless, I would say to carry out evaluations for different accounting principles, our old method still is available with us, right? I would say we can have one delta depreciation area, carry out valuation in one, and post it to the ledger specific posting, and then close the GL account for that particular ledger.
No, I'm not getting you. Can you just give me one example?
Like we used to do earlier for IFRS compliance,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we used to create calculate depreciation for depreciation area number one. Then we used to create a second depreciation area which used to be statical in nature, just for calculation
Mm-hmm.
purpose. And then
That is okay for calculation. It is not going to post anything.
right, and then the
Okay.
delta used to get posted into the third depreciation area, through which ledger specific posting was made in IFRS ledger.
No. It was not the case.
That's how you used to do IFRS compliance, boss.
No. Second area was
Earlier,
also posting. Second area was also posting. Yesterday also we have seen the same example. Second area is also posting, but it was posting only depreciation,
right?
right? So
Oh,
it
I'm saying, hang on. What I mean to say that you calculate depreciation for your
hmm,
leading ledger, then you calculate the depreciation for the delta. I'm saying
hmm,
for the different accounting principle,
hmm,
because your useful life, depreciation key, etc., would change as per IFRS versus US GAAP, and
hmm.
then you used to find delta between these two and flow it into third derived depreciation area, and
No,
then you
but
used to make
what will be the accounting principle for first and second? First will be my local gap, for example, right?
Right.
Second, you are assigning IFRS, right?
Right.
So here itself, if you are assigning the ledger N2, it will not support. Forget about the third delta depreciation area. Second only it will not support. Am I right?
Hmm. Then there must be some workaround. We'll have to figure that out.
we need to check that workaround.
This is this is an area for a bit of research there.
Yes, yes, yes. We will do the research. We'll definitely get the answer for this.
No, because this is definitely not acceptable. I'm saying client is not going to accept this.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. Let's search
Nevertheless,
on this. Yes.
let's move to the next level. This is something for research. We'll try to figure out.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions?
Gaurav,
Yeah, but
yeah, this is Boom here.
new asset accounting because UGL I remember like you can have
Raghu, your voice is not very clear. Can you put your mic on front?
Yeah. Is this restriction only with new asset accounting? Because I remember with new GL we used to have K4 and V3.
In new GL, you used to have K4 and V3, but were you configuring the depreciation areas for these two valuations or not?
I don't think we had asset accounting there, but
Even if you don't have asset accounting now also, there is no problem in new general ledger accounting. This problem is only related to new asset accounting.
okay. So K4 V3 works
For new GL.
independently in new GL.
Yes, for general ledger accounting, there is no issue. The issue is only with the new asset accounting. Even in the old asset accounting, we had the same problem.
Okay.
Okay, let me show you this screen I was trying to show you, then we started the discussion. The quantity update. It was where here? No, general valuation. Yes. It is working very slow today. Are all of you are also working on the same server? So if you are working, please log off now because it may uh, speed up the things. Okay, so yesterday when we were configuring the screen, somebody has asked like what exactly this tick means and why I should only go for 01 or why shouldn't I go for other depreciation areas. So the reason is, if you remember in AS01 or in AS03, once the asset is created, there is a quantity field there. And what happens is whenever you purchase any asset, this quantity will be updated if you are updating it. Okay, if you are earlier there was an option whether you want to update or not, but now you have to update, but the updation can be from one of these areas. So for example, let's say, see earlier there was no option to post the acquisition to the particular depreciation area only. If you are posting, it has to be through the leading depreciation area, and that is the reason why it was not asking which depreciation area should be considered for quantity update. But now, for example, if I want to perform the acquisition posting only for 11, so what will happen is the quantity should be updated or not whenever I'm acquiring the asset using depreciation area 11. Okay, and that is the reason why the setting is maintained. This means whatever I'll acquire for my depreciation area 1, the quantity will be updated, but whatever I'll do for 11, there will be no change in the quantity, right? And that is the reason why it is always suggested, because even though I'm creating multiple depreciation areas, but my leading depreciation area is going to be 01 only. And that is the reason why, although there is an option, I can select this also, I can select other also, but only 01 should be selected because it will only update the quantity. Why it is not allowing us to take for multiple depreciation areas? Because it will be the duplication then. So if you are doing the asset purchase and for both the ledger groups, it should not be if you purchase one quantity, it is updating two, because one is for 01 and one is for 11. And that is the reason it is only allowed for one depreciation area. If you want the example, here the example is also given. You can see this. Don't read all this, just go to the example. So if you change in between, if there is already, yes, if you change the depreciation area for quantity update from depreciation area 01, this means earlier it was 01 and then you change it to 31. So documents that were previously posted with depreciation area 01 explain the quantity information in the master record. After the conversion, further quantity will be updated using the depreciation area 31. So if you are changing in between, that is the example which is given. If you are not changing anything, whatever will be updated in 01, that quantity will be updated directly in the asset master. Any doubt?
No,
Yes. No doubt?
no doubt.
Okay. So yes, so I think most of the questions that you have raised are answered. Again, today we got another question for parallel valuation that we need to check. I'll also check, you also take your time to check. Okay, apart from this, I have shared four sites. If you see the last site, it is for the 15 days trial. You can register there and you can have the access of SAP Fiori apps through which you can do the transactions in directly Simple Finance. So you'll get an idea like how SAP Fiori works and what are the transactions available in the SAP Fiori app and how the GUI has been improved in terms of any transactions you can directly do through SAP Fiori app. If you are lucky, you will find, because this configuration is already made, so I'm not sure how many apps will be visible to you. If you are lucky, you will also get the apps like, for example, cost center planning, which will be part of integrated business planning, so you can try that also. Apart from that, you can also get the cash management also, cash manager role. If you are getting cash manager role, you will be able to find the new things which are available in cash management. Obviously, we are going to see that in our server, but you can also try that things on the free trial. I think there are two trials. One is 30 days trial, which is chargeable, and other is 14 days trial, which is free. So you should register for 14 days trial, I think.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Now coming to account-based approach. If I want to configure the system for account-based approach in terms of asset accounting. So yesterday, I think we were trying and we were stuck. But again, in the morning, when I started from fresh, it was allowing me to save. So I don't know why it was showing some error yesterday, but not a problem. What we'll do, we'll not use the same company code. We'll follow the same steps that we have followed yesterday, and we'll try to configure this step completely new chart of depreciation or the company code also. So let me again go to EC01. Do you want me to create a separate company code, or you will try? I'll just show you what I've done in this company code, because the server is very slow. I don't know how much time it will take to configure all the things.
Yeah, just show what it has been done for this company code.
Yes, so I have created this T015 yesterday, if you remember, but we were facing some issues related to the migration has not been completed. But not a issue, because when I logged in, I have not made any changes. I directly gone into the, okay, let me show you. So you can try on your own. If you are finding any issue, let me know. We'll try to resolve that also. So, okay, starting from here. So first see what are the ledger settings that we have maintained for this company code. So I'm using account-based approach, which means that I'm going to use ledger 0L. I'm not going to create any another standard ledger for my this company code. Okay, so if I double click here and go to my company code, which is T015, Okay, and here the same settings have been maintained for group currency. This has been copied from the company code which we used, T009. So controlling area is also same and everything is same. And the change which we have done for account-based approach is this tick. Okay, so if I don't tick this, what will happen is I will not be able to assign multiple accounting principles here. Right, so here if you can see, for a single ledger, I have assigned multiple accounting principles. Right, so this local gap was already there for our T009 also, but for T015, I have created, I have assigned another accounting principle. So I want to report on two accounting principles, but I'm not going to create two separate ledgers. There is only one ledger, and this will make sure that my account-based approach also works with the common ledger. Okay, this is clear, or any doubt here? So you got the relevance of this tick, right? So it means that I'm going to use the same ledger for multiple accounting principles, and I have assigned multiple accounting principles also. Okay, let me go back, and I think yesterday I shown you that we have created the ledger groups also. So which was that ledger group that we have created? N9, if I remember right. Yes, N9. This ledger group we have created yesterday. So already, if you see the ledger 0L, this is already assigned with ledger 0L. Okay. Apart from this, I have created a ledger N9, which is also assigned to the same ledger 0L. So even though I'm not creating multiple ledgers for account-based approach, I have to create different ledger groups to map this requirement. Okay. So in short, I have created two ledger groups for parallel valuation in asset accounting. Okay. And then in parallel accounting, I have created this accounting principle which I have assigned in the last step. So I have created this IF as a separate accounting principle which I have assigned in this step also when I have shown to you. So I have created accounting principle and then it was assigned to my 0L for company code T015. Right? And then I need to assign my ledger groups to my accounting principles also. So assign accounting principles to ledger groups. So for my, here is 0L. Sorry, LGAP. So this is my main accounting principle, which is local gap, which is assigned to 0L, and this IF is my parallel valuation, which is assigned to N9. Clear till now?
No, Gaurav,
So
I'm
if I
sorry, I could
draw,
not follow. Could you please help me
okay,
explain once again the structure? Right.
yes, okay, let me tell you. First understand
Because
the
I'm not going
requirement.
for parallel. Right. So, no, I'm not going for parallel ledger. Rather with 0L only, I have ledger groups, different ledger groups. Right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So let me show, make you understand through a tree. I have a requirement that I want to report based on local gap and IFRS, but I'm not going to create separate ledgers for this purpose. Instead, I'm just going to create separate ledger groups. So I have created two ledger groups, 0L, which is my leading ledger, and N9, which is my ledger for IFRS. And then I have assigned these ledger groups to my common ledger, which is 0L. Okay, and this both my ledger groups are assigned to accounting principles also, which are separate. So N9 is assigned to IF, and you can see here N9 is assigned to IF, and 0L is assigned to my local gap. Clear now? So these are the settings that I've maintained till now.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
And,
So
and
now
how these
going
ledger groups are assigned to the 0L?
here, define ledger groups. So this is my 0L. This is already assigned to my ledger 0L, right?
Right.
And N9 also is assigned to same ledger.
Okay.
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 Yes. So this is my settings for ledger, ledger groups, and accounting principles. Now let's go and see the settings for chart of depreciation. Okay, I'm going to asset accounting now. So I have created a chart of depreciation, which is T015, same thing. And I've assigned this. First, let's see what is assigned to my T015, and then we'll come to the settings of chart of depreciation. So this is my T015 company code, and it is assigned to chart of depreciation T015. Now we'll go back and see what are the settings or depreciation areas assigned to this chart of depreciation. So let's say I'm going here to see the depreciation areas in T015. Let me change this. Okay, so I have created 3 depreciation areas. Okay, one is for my book depreciation, which is the target ledger group is 0L, and it is updating my accounting principle local gap, right? And this is posting in real time. Another is my parallel currency, which is defined in my configuration that I have the parallel currency called as group currency. Okay, and this is again, it is taking all the values from the leading ledger from the 0L, and that is the reason it is not posting anything, right? It is just for the reporting purpose. Third one is IFRS, and this is my parallel valuation, which is for accounting principle IF and the target ledger group N9. Now the question will be, in the ledger based approach, we were doing area post in real time for both this and this also, right? But here in account based approach, you have to select this area post APC immediately and depreciation periodically. Let me show you this. Because both the depreciation areas are updating the common ledger, system will not allow you to post or tick this indicator. Let's see what is the error we are getting. So it is saying overlapping of ledgers, because both the depreciation areas are updating the same ledger, it is creating the overlap. Okay, and that is the reason. This is also the real time. Like I'm not, okay, let me show you. So even though I have selected, let me change this, area post APC immediately, depreciation periodically. It is hanged. Okay. Now, so this area post APC immediately, but again, it doesn't mean that I have to create a delta depreciation area because I'm posting APC immediately, and because I'm not taking these values from 0, 1. They are going to post by itself. In my last ECC, it was not possible that this areas post on their own, but now, as we discussed yesterday, these areas can post on their own. I'll show you the settings if you remember the initial 00. Okay,
Yeah.
so what does,
Sorry.
yes sir, yes Anurag, tell me.
So basically, in the previous ECC version, we were having two areas, which is one with the indicator 3, and the next is the delta with indicator 6. So in this,
Yes,
but now in simple finance, you merge both of them in one area, which is 21 here, right?
yes.
Okay. And it is directly posting, not with reference to any other area.
Yes, because see, that is the reason why we are using the delta depreciation area. What we are doing is we are taking the APC values from this area 0, 1,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
And
yes.
that is the reason whatever was the difference we need to post it in the third depreciation area. But now here, because we are not getting any values from here, this values will come automatically for 21 also. And that settings we are maintaining here. Let me show you that settings also.
Yeah, you showed yesterday. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, same settings. So it is under general valuation, depreciation area. This two, depreciation for, sorry, APC values and depreciation terms. So you can see these are initial. Initial means 00. See, this IFRS is not taking any values from 0, 1. It is also taking values on their own. right? Only the parallel currency is taking the values from 0 1 because it is parallel currency for 0L. Similarly, depreciation also, it is initial, means 0 0. It is also not taking values from 0 1, it is posting on their own. Okay, and the other thing what I wanted to show you here is, where were we? Here in depreciation areas. So you can see here, yesterday, when we were configuring the chart of depreciation for ledger-based approach, we were also required to create a depreciation area for parallel currency of non-leading ledger also, right? If you remember yesterday, we have created 4 depreciation areas, right? But it is not required here because everything is getting updated in 0L and we don't have any ledger which has the parallel currency. It is the same ledger 0L and this is already taking care of that. You got this point?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if you can see here, as I told you yesterday, it is not necessary that we need to create separate set of accounts for account-based approach. We can use the same set of accounts also. Although my accounts are getting the postings duplicate, but again, it is updating to the separate ledger group. So whenever I'm going to ask any report, it is going to be based on my ledger group.
Oh, so that is the reason you created a different ledger group, because we don't need to have an
Yes,
account.
yes, that is the reason. So I don't need to create separate set of accounts here also. I don't need to create separate set of financial statements also, because in the same financial statement, whenever I'll update with, I want the report for ledger group 0L, this will be the report. When I'll say I want the report for ledger group N9, again the report will be different. Neeraj, yesterday you were having a lot of questions, so is it getting clear now?
Um, Gaurav,
Yes,
so
Anurag.
A bit. I would say once I try this, then it will be more clear.
Yes, yes, yes. You can definitely try this. Yes, Anurag, you are asking something?
yeah, so it means if we have different useful life for ledger group N9 and ledger group 0L,
Mm-hmm.
the depreciation amount will be posted with the same account but with different amount and in different groups.
Yes. And whatever reports you will generate, that will be based on the ledger group. Not only in asset accounting, in all different financial accounting transactions also. You can get the reports, you can create the transactions based on the ledger group directly. So for example, let me show you, if you are doing any normal transaction also, you can provide the ledger group there. Instead of ledger, now there is a concept of ledger group.
Yeah, so, okay, one more question. Because you selected post APC immediately, so ASKB is not required, right?
ASKB is not required. Why we were using ASKB? Because we were taking the APC values from 0 1, and that
Yes.
is the reason there was some mismatch in the APC values. But now because it is getting all the values directly, there is no need of ASKB.
So whether it is ledger approach or account approach in simple finance, ASKB is redundant.
ASKB is redundant, delta depreciation areas are redundant, separate set of accounts are redundant, separate financial statement versions are redundant. All these are not required now.
Okay, so only we have to just periodically post depreciation with AFAB. That's it.
That
Okay.
anyways we are doing the periodic depreciation run,
That,
right?
that is anyway required. Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So this is the whole idea, and then I have created some transactions also. Otherwise, I think it will be better if I create a separate transaction now to showcase you what exactly I have done. Okay, so I'm creating a asset master under this company code T015. I'm just changing this. I created one cost center also for this company code, and you can change the useful life. So I already changed the useful life, if you can see. So for this it is 2 years, and for IFRS it is 1 year, right? And save. Okay, now if I want to acquire this asset, acquisition posting. Things in. Okay, so this document is posted, and if I want to see this document, system is very slow today. General ledger view. Okay, so why N9 is not coming here? Can anybody tell?
Because source ledger is 0L only, right?
So the ledger group
Exactly.
is not identified.
N9 is a ledger group. N9 is a ledger group, not ledger.
Yes, so it means that for accounting, for GL accounting, document type KR, it is only creating once, only in the 0L, because there is no separate ledger here. It is only the ledger group which is different, right? But in the other ledgers, sorry, in the if I see the documents which are posted for asset accounting, so it is posted for both, for 0L also and for N9 also, because they are the ledger groups. So this ledger group 0L and ledger group N9. Right, so technical clearing account to asset account. The same thing that we had seen yesterday. You got the idea?
Yeah, so
How this account-based
it is
approach?
basically
Yes.
not the exactly account-based approach which we actually experience in the some clients in current system.
See,
Because in that case
yes,
we are
yes.
having two separate accounts but one ledger
Simply,
only.
yes.
Kind of a,
Simply, we can call this approach as a single ledger approach rather than a multiple ledger
it's a mix
approach.
of account and ledger, right? Something like that.
Yes. Yes.
Because I have worked on for one client who was using account-based approach, different set of accounts, but with just one ledger, which is 0L, which is a so they are having separate set of accounts. So it is not. It is something different with that. Yeah.
Yes, yes. See, that option is also available. If you want to continue using that, that is also available. So in the configuration setting, if you have seen, I have created the link that I am going to use the same accounts which are used in 01. But if you want to configure the separate set of accounts, that is also possible. But again, nobody will uh, try to use that,
Yes.
because if the functionality is available, why we need to create a separate set of accounts and separate financial statement version also.
Yeah.
Okay, Gaurav,
So this is how,
Neeraj here.
yes, Neeraj.
I never tried this account-based approach for IFRS compliance. So I always
Mm-hmm.
used to think that an account-based approach, there might be some different GL accounts created where the
Mm-hmm.
calculation might have been done manually and posted into that. And particularly, I'd say those were assigned to FS. I used to think that way, but it
No, see,
seems
there
that
is
it's quite
not
different.
anything. Yes, yes, you don't have to do anything manual. What
Okay.
happens is, if you have two depreciation areas, And in AO90, the GL account, assignment of GL accounts, for both these depreciation areas, you can have different GL accounts. Okay, so automatically when you do the transaction, one set of depreciation will update the one set of account, and another depreciation area will update this other separate of, say, set of account. There is nothing manual there, but only thing is within the 0L there will be postings in two GL accounts. Okay, so if one asset is purchased, it will update the transaction twice in 0L. So if you see the 0L reporting, it will not match, right? It will show the multiple duplication of the transactions. So for that purpose only, we need to play with financial statement versions. So we, in one financial statement version, we say this is only for my 0L, so don't consider this account. And in separate, in another financial statement version, I will say don't consider those accounts which are for other depreciation area.
Okay. But here in your account-based approach now, basically you would say, at the end of the day, for any reporting, we'll have to go to the ledger group, that is 0L
Through ledger
L or
group,
N,
yes.
N9,
Yes,
either of
through
it,
ledger,
but not
yes.
through ledger 0L.
No.
Okay.
Even the transactions, whatever transactions you will do related to asset accounting, you can directly do at the level of accounting principal and ledger group. No ledger at all.
No, but
And
what I
that is
can
the
understand,
reason.
no, initially when you are doing any transaction, so the logic remains more or less the same. But since you are not specifying any ledger into that, so it's flowing into 0L, and through 0L, it's going into ledger group 0L and N2, right?
Yes, it is
After
actually
that, whatever is
ulta. It is actually ulta. Through 0L and through 0L, it is also going to 0L. Through N2 also, it is going to 0L.
oh, it's no, no, hang on. When you posted the transaction right now, so you did not specify any ledger group. I'm sorry, any ledger. That's why it took 0L. And since ledger group 0L and N9 were attached to this ledger 0L, that's why the
No,
entry
no,
goes to ledger group 0L and L9 also, right?
no, Neeraj, it is not like this. When I have not provided any ledger, okay, it means whatever accounting principles are assigned to my asset, they are all updated. So in my depreciation area, I have assigned two accounting principles. One was IF and another was local gap. Local gap was assigned to ledger group 0L and N9 was assigned to ledger group IF. And when this were updated, automatically 0L was updated. It is like this.
But both can hold different values, right?
Yes, it can be. There can be different values.
So how would
And you
0,
can,
you could say then 0L as a ledger 0L would hold four entries, one for 0L ledger group, one for N9 ledger group.
yes, it will hold both the values, but I'm not going to generate my reports based on ledger. I'm going to generate my report based on ledger group.
Okay.
I'm not going to do any reporting on ledger. I'm going to do my reporting on ledger group. So even if you see F.01 or whatever financial statements also, they have been replaced by ledger group. Earlier the ledger was available, now it is ledger group. And I think this was this change was applicable in the last version also. In ECC also, if you are using EHP7, you normally do all your reporting based on ledger group. I think this is the old report, so it is showing ledger, but if you see the new reports, it is showing ledger, which is this report will not work, this means. But what are the other reports? Let me show you. If you see any transactions also, they are also like you can do for particular ledger group. So for example, here also document entry, FBL, this is particular to the ledger group. Okay, for any asset accounting transactions also you will find the ledger group rather than the ledger. Let me go to some report which will show you ledger group there also.
Actually, any specific ledger entry is possible through ledger group only, if I'm not wrong, not with ledger.
Yes, now
So,
onwards, and maybe in the last version of ECC also everything was routed through the ledger group only.
Yeah, ledger group only it is routed. Yeah, that is why system
Yes.
SAP asks us to create ledger groups.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it is like when you create a new ledger, automatically system creates a ledger group also, and it was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
available in last version.
Really?
Now in Simple Finance, yes, whenever you create a ledger,
Mm-hmm.
automatically it creates a specific ledger group also with the ledger as a representative ledger, and then you can add any ledgers if you want.
Okay. Yeah.
So for example, okay, let me create any ledger group. Let me show you that. So let's say I want to create a ledger. Let's say 9 8 this time. N8, sorry, not leading. I'm just writing N8.
See, Gaurav, the concept of ledger group earlier used to
Yes.
be that whenever you wanted to have a mirror image of more than one ledger, so you used to tie all the
That
respective
was old.
ledgers,
Yes.
right,
Yes.
in one group.
Yes, Neeraj,
So,
Neeraj, just a minute. Huh? Let me explain this. Anurag, you can see this ledger group N8 is also created. So I have not created any ledger group. I have just created a ledger N8. Automatically, the ledger group is also created.
Okay. So this
Yes,
was not available in ECC. Okay.
in ECC, I think it was available in the last
Sorry,
version.
I
In
think
EHP7,
I think it is because if I'm not wrong, whatever version we are using, it is created automatically. Still,
yes,
so which
yes,
version
yes.
you are using?
I think EHP7 only.
Just the
Yeah,
7
that is
is
the reason.
creating.
Yes, yes, I'm telling that only. In the last version of ECC, this was
Mhm.
available, but if you go through the older versions, this functionality was not there. So if you want to create a ledger group, you have to create it separately. Because normally, in old system, we used to create ledger group as Neeraj is saying that we want to create
Yeah.
a ledger group because I want to update multiple ledgers at a time.
Yeah, and one would be the representative ledger. Yes.
Yes, only one will be the representative ledger and rest of the ledgers will also get updated when I select a ledger group. That was the old reason behind ledger group. But now
Mm.
this is another reason for ledger group. Now you can do all your reporting also on the ledger group level.
oh my
Yeah.
God, you guys have scared me. That means I'm getting stale. I will
No, no.
go to HP7, right? Thanks for updating me, guys.
Don't scare with these ledgers and ledger group. These are nothing in front of you.
No. Here, I might have given a wrong consulting to the client. दौड़ा लेगा भाई.
Okay, so this was about, let's see, yeah, this is working or not report. If it is working, everything can be cleared for asset accounting at least. I think we have almost completed 60% now. Because the configuration, general ledger accounting, controlling, we need to see about this. What is this? Is it showing or what? T0015. It was number 2, right? No, it is still not showing any values. There's problem with its reports.
Maybe
Yes, I was.
one or two.
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. It is not working till now. Yes, I was talking about we have completed almost 55 to 60% of the course because we already done the configuration. We understood S4HANA, what is the functionalities within S4HANA, what are the deployment options, and the configuration. Now, apart from this normal, there are two important topics which are remaining, which are COPA, like what are the changes in the COPA. Not two, there are three actually. COPA, then new cash management, and integrated business planning. So we need to understand this from the like from the SAP Fiori point of view, because all these three, no, except COPA, cash management and integrated business planning, will be able to see directly with SAP Fiori, because there are the apps like transactional apps. For example, if I want to do the planning, so how the cost center planning is done, how the profit center planning is done, we can directly use using SAP Fiori apps. At the same time, the cash management also, like there are some new functionalities in cash management. For example, group level bank management, in which you can see the detailed level report of your group, like uh, in this country how much funds are available, in this country how much funds are available, and if I want to make the transfer from this bank to this bank, you can directly do this through some of the apps which are available. So this, both the things we will be able to see directly on SAP Fiori. There is minimal of configuration which is required. We will do that also. And then our last topic will be the migration, because we need to
Migration.
understand migration in too much of detail. So I think from the configuration point of view, at least from general ledger accounting, from basic controlling and asset accounting, most of the things are already covered. And of course, the uh, universal journal entry and the basic things regarding simple finance. So
Okay. This is the fourth weekend, right?
I don't remember.
Okay.
When you started? When you started? Do you remember?
I don't know. I maybe I
No, this is the third one. I think this is the third weekend.
third weekend.
But I think,
Okay.
yeah, this is the third weekend.
Okay.
I think for some of you this is third weekend, but actually course this is I think fourth weekend,
Yeah, maybe
because
for me it is third weekend, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, me also is third weekend.
yes, Anurag, you joined on Friday, right?
Yes, Friday there is you took an extra
Yes.
class. Yeah.
Yes. So we started 1 week earlier, right? So yes, it is fourth weekend, and I think we will take another uh, 3 weekends to complete this.
For migration. Okay.
No, for everything. Two
For
weekends
everything.
for migration, and yes, 2 weekends for migration, or 1.5, whatever it is. I think from now onwards it will take 3 weekends, but that is not a problem. We'll try, we'll complete everything. If it requires 4 weekends also, that is not a problem. I just wanted to give you update that most of the configuration things are completed now. Now we are left with the things which are not available in financial accounting. For example, the integrated business planning is something new, cash management is something new. So from financial accounting point of view, I think only this asset accounting, retirement, and these transactions are remaining, and that we'll be able to see once this is
Yeah,
available. Apart from this,
because
the reporting,
yeah,
we can
because
directly see in Fiori app.
because I want to see. Maybe I asked you also maybe maybe yesterday or
Hello.
before that. Hello, hello.
Yes, Anurag.
Actually, maybe it would be. Maybe, I know there is a problem, but it would be great if we can see the general ledger new line item reports, asset reports. That would be great
Yes,
actually.
yes, yes. That is the reason we
Cost
will
center
try
new
to see
report,
this.
actual plan variance, those kind of reports. Yeah.
We are going to do this. We are going to do is in SAP Fiori also and in this server also. So I'll definitely try to get this issue resolved by next weekend, because otherwise we'll be like getting delayed on this course. So I'll make sure that this server is updated by next week.
Okay. Thank you, Gaurav.
Yes. Okay, I think do you want me to, if you have any questions, we can continue. Otherwise, I think we can take a break today, because we need to start off with the new topics now, and it will be good if we start from the next week. If you have any
Yes,
doubts
please.
till now,
Sorry,
we can explain.
Gaurav.
That is not a.
Hello,
Yes,
Gaurav.
Bhumi.
Sorry, yesterday I sent email. Did you able to see
Yes,
on that?
yes. I think I replied on that mail also.
Oh, I don't see any reply.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Gaurav, meanwhile you are checking. Yesterday
Mhm.
you told that you will also share the link for the certification exam on simple finance. Have you shared that?
Yes, yes, yes. No. Just a minute. I'll do it right now. I forgot that.
Okay, thank you. And by the way, do you know the price? How much to pay for that exam?
No, that even I also don't know, because I am planning to do it first of all. But again, I returned the mail to this SAP guy who is, if you know Preetham, he is the one who is conducting all these trainings for corporate from India. So I returned the mail to him for providing all this
Bangalore
information.
guy, Pritam, right?
Yes, Bangalore guy, Preetham Hanover.
Bangalore guy, Pritam.
Yes, yes. So he has still not replied on that.
Okay. So maybe when you get an update, just let us know. Yeah.
Sure. I also want you to get certified because I'm sure that all these topics will be covered. Let me show you that also, so you will get confidence that everything we are going to cover here.
Okay.
Actually,
Thank you.
for SAP certification, we need to read the SAP material. Then only we can able to easily clear.
You are right.
But I don't know if the
It's like a book exam, right? Book only. You have to cover for the book only. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
you have to go through a lot of theory in that case. But I think, see, most of the things will be like what we have discussed, and whatever sites I have provided, they are all updated with the theoretical part. So if even if you are reading that particularly well, I think
Yeah.
you'll be able
And
to.
Harish, I, I'm, I'm damn sure there would be a question on fiscal year variant which you asked today. 100%.
Yeah.
They will give the 4 options to confuse us. Definitely there will be a question. Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Just a minute, here it is. I think there is some problem with
Gaurav,
my
did you
net.
share that registration link as well for exam?
Certification link, that is exactly what I'm doing now.
Okay.
In the exam, will they cover only delta part, or they will cover for the whole FICO part?
It is delta part. It is exactly same what we are going to cover in this training.
Only simple finance. Yeah.
Yes, only simple finance, whatever we have covered, only that much. Just a minute. Yesterday itself I sent in the mail. Its code is C underscore SSF underscore 1503. Just type in Google. I think till the time it
Yeah,
is getting opened here.
C underscore
SSF T underscore
SSF.
1503. Yes, SSF.
Singapore, France.
Yes.
Underscore 103.
1503.
150. SAP
Taking too much of
Certification
time.
Hub. Yeah, the exam title is SAP Certified Application Associate. Simple finance.
But it is not getting opened. The content. Yesterday I was able to see the content also. Are you able to see the content at least?
No, it's only the
No.
heading at the top. Yeah.
Yes, it is only showing the heading.
There is a heading called SAP Education, but below that there is nothing.
Okay, can you do one thing? I think there is some problem with my side. In Google, just write SAP certification shop. Go there and write this code there. It will show you all the details.
Yeah.
What SAP certification?
Certification shop. Certification SAP training and certification shop.
Okay, so there is a link, yes, training.sap.com/.
Yes, training.sap.com. This will definitely boost your confidence.
Not
My
going to
server
go.
also.
This is
My server also slow.
no. There's no server issue. I think there is a. It's not going to be open.
Oh, is
Even
it? Because it is still showing me that's working, but not showing the page.
Yeah.
Yes, same here. Okay, let's see if it is opening in 2 minutes. Otherwise, I'll share this link whenever it is available. You'll
Okay.
be able to see.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, it's opening.
If it gets opened, I don't know how I'll transfer the control to you to okay, I think it is opening here also now.
Can you share
SAP
us?
Simple. Yes, just a minute. SAP Simple Finance. Now the site is open, so I'm searching for this course now. Site is very slow actually, I think.
C_SSF.
C_SSF_1503.
At the bottom, at the bottom, it shows something like AC 110, SAP Accounting powered by HANA.
No, that is
Oh,
course.
that may be right. Oh,
Yes,
no,
that
that may
is
be
the
the
course.
traditional one. Right.
No, no, not the traditional one. AC 110 is a SAP Accounting powered by HANA course, which, as I told you, I have undergone 2 training courses from SAP itself. So SAP AC 100 and AC 110. These are the 2 courses that I have undergone.
So
Okay,
which
what
one
was the
do we?
cost, even though company based?
It was around 60,000 per course.
Okay. Even better, they have given training material also along with that.
Very minimal training material. It was like a PPT, nothing much, and even the
I'm sure
and it was
for a free material, right?
yes, and it was only for this training course was only for 2 days, so 16 hours only.
16
Okay.
hours,
I see.
60,000 and PPT. Good. Actually, I'm getting a problem in the opening that certification shop page. I don't know why.
Yes, I am also able to open that much only. I'm not going any further from here. Okay, otherwise I'll just share this link with you once it is opened. Otherwise I'll just send you the screenshot. That itself will work for you. You don't have to open again.
Yes, please. So maybe if you could do that favor, it would be great.
Yes, anybody can. Nobody is able to open this. If
Neeraj can see,
anybody,
right?
Neeraj, if you are able to see, just send me the screenshot. I will share with everybody.
No, it's on the face of it. I'm the initial face only.
I can see, but it says that it is available as part of certification hub. I'm not sure what it
No,
is.
but are you able to see the content?
No,
Yeah.
no, no, no.
Content is
In fact,
important. We are talking.
right.
We want to have a look at the content, like whatever we are covering, are we in line with the certification?
Give me a second.
Very slow.
These links are very slow actually. It's not opening.
Yes, normally it gets opened. I don't know.
Yeah, I can see the
Normally,
content.
okay.
Wow.
Can you just send me the screenshot? I'll share with everybody then.
Basically, I can see like how much percentage.
Yes, yes, that is exactly that is what we need.
Can you see the amount also to pay?
Amount, it says like this is part of, or if you can allow me as a presenter, I can present it.
Can just send me the screenshot? I'll open it here. I don't know how I want to. Just just give me a minute. Let me try if I can make you a presenter. No, there is some
Maybe a
problem. I'm not
screenshot would
able.
be better for to refer in the future also. So can you please do that favor, please?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Thank you.
Till that time, Bhumi, yes, I have read your message now. Actually, it was Farooq whom I replied. I have not replied to your mail till now. Let me go through it. House bank and appendix ledger issues, right? Okay.
Yeah, Gaurav, I sent it across to
Okay. Let
you in
me
the
open that. Okay. Yes, I got it. Just a minute. Oh, you sent me the link again. No. Just a minute. Yes, it got open now. So let me share.
Gaurav, you said yesterday that you will share the PPT documents about the assets
Yes,
and
yes,
fiscal year variants,
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I said I'll just take the screenshots and send it to you. Whatever configurations you have made, I'll send you that screenshots. All the screenshots, whatever you have covered.
Gaurav, I have a suggestion here.
Yes.
In fact,
Yes. Just a minute, Neeraj. First, can you see this now?
yes, we can. Thanks a lot. Architecture of civil
Okay.
finance and central finance, SAP preparation for
Simple.
migration, add-ons.
This we have still not seen. This is part of migration. Okay.
Asset accounting, management accounting. What is management accounting config? Basically, it's
So controlling config.
controlling config, right? Okay.
Yes.
And this
So
Fury
in
part also.
controlling config,
Yeah,
we
and
are
also COPA related should be there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
yes,
COPA related.
COPA related
Account with
configuration which is
COPA.
missing. Yes. Yes.
In migration, there are two topics. And down also there is migration.
We are going to cover this both. This is preparation and this is actually migration and post migration.
Okay. And the
So when
last
we'll
is
talk
cash management.
about yes, so they have given more focus if you can see on the migration, right? So starting
12
like what
plus
will be the
12.
preparation required for migration, and then what are the steps in migration, and then what are the post migration activities. So 12 plus 12 around 20 to
20.
24% is on migration.
Got one suggestion. Actually, for us to know each other's email ID, can you send us a test mail for or to maybe this screenshot with all the email ID of all the participants so that we know each other email IDs also.
I think I sent you today.
No,
I
but in
sent
that
the mail to everybody.
we can see the other people's ID or not? I don't know.
Yes. You can just take. I have not kept in CC. I just replied to.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it is
We can,
possible to see the email IDs of others.
okay,
Well,
we can
guys,
see.
I think now you are hitting the nail on the head. That was the whole idea, to make a kind of group in the Gmail so that all these participants going forward, once the classes are over, we have some platform where we can interact or share our problems.
Sure,
Yes,
definitely. It's a
you
good
can do.
idea. Unfortunately, Neeraj ID I can't see.
Neeraj, I think Neeraj will get all.
You can't see the mirror.
The guy who is saying I can't see his ID.
Okay, the next mail I'll send, it will include the Neeraj ID also.
Okay.
Okay, so this
And
is, so are you feeling comfortable, confident now? Okay, most of the topics are covered and whatever is remaining that also you are sure that that will be also covered.
Yes, Gaurav. Yes.
Yes.
Maybe after migration, maybe because migration is the most important part. It seems like. Yeah.
Yes. Migration is most important. And that
no,
is
I tell
actually very
you,
simple now
right,
because
right. Whenever you go to pitch this to the client, the first question after functionality he asks is like how you are going to migrate.
yes.
And believe you me, currently we are working for a client, and his migration program is for like close to 4 years. He's going to take 4 years time to migrate everything to HANA and then to Simple Finance.
Yes.
That complexity.
Yes. Most of the clients are like same. They take around 2 years, 2.5 years. So even the client which I am working currently, he has the plan to migrate each and everything in next 3 years. So the schedule of this migration is 3 years because there are a lot of things to migrate. First, he need to go to HANA, then he need to upgrade his ECC, and then only he will be able to update this Simple Finance and everything, all the configuration. He is currently using classical GL accounting, so he's planning to implement new GL first and then to Simple Finance.
Okay. So,
Okay.
like for migration, how much time does
Okay.
it take? Gaurav, based on your previous experience, if we talk only
See,
purely about your financial tables.
no, see, it depends. For example, this we are going to discuss this in detail, but just to give you an overview, if you just talk about simple finance, it will not take more than, let's say, 4 to 6 months. But if you are using classical GL accounting, if you are on non-HANA database and your landscape is very complicated, you want to integrate all your landscapes into one. So in that case, because these are all prerequisites, and they itself will take a lot of time. Okay, and then only you will migrate to simple finance. So it totally depends upon the landscape, current landscape, how you are working in your current landscape. But otherwise, it is not very difficult. It is actually even simpler than the new GL migration, because in new GL migration there are a lot of the cockpit and all. We need to follow certain rules. For example, if we are migrating from classical to new GL, it has to be mandatorily at the year end, right? But here it is not the case. Here you can migrate at any point of time,
Yeah,
right?
that one at
And
start of the year should be the starting point. Yes.
yes, even the data, you don't need to transport any data through LSMWs, BDCs, nothing. Everything is automatic. Everything is like you have to perform a step automatically. Whatever data is maintained in your old system, it will come to the new system. So actually, it is very if everything is in place, this simple finance migration will not take much time.
तो
So
मतलब
from
ज्यादा
EHP
पैसा भी
7,
मिलेगा,
Sorry?
ज्यादा पैसा भी मिलेगा. If it's that simple, so
No, no, no.
migration won't be.
Currently you will get lot of money because if you are नाम ही काफी है simple finance now.
so
सपोज मैं तो बता रहा हूँ ना, मैंने यूरोप में जो है वो कंसल्टेंट को हायर किया हुआ है, कॉन्ट्रैक्चुअल कंसल्टेंट को. राइट.
Okay.
तो इसके बाद भैया जिसको चाहिए वो भेज देना सीवी यार.
Gaurav, so you mean to say that from suppose if you are working on EHP 7 with the simple architecture and we want to migrate to HANA simple finance with Fury, so it will take more or less around 6 months time.
It it is sufficient. I think so. It is
Oh,
sufficient. 6 months is
okay,
more than enough. Because
okay.
you are already, see, the best option is if you are already on HANA, if you are using EHP 7, but your database is already HANA. In that case,
No,
it is
no.
only upgradation of simple finance. But if you are not using HANA, if you are on another database, so first step will be to bring everything to HANA and then to simple finance, right?
So that will take 6 months or more than that to
I think
both the
6 months are enough. 6 months are enough.
including HANA database.
No, I think Gaurav, he's talking about the scenario where the person is not on HANA. So first he
Yes,
needs
Yes,
to
yes.
migrate to
Even
HANA,
then
and
also.
after that, right.
simple finance. Yes.
Because see, both the things can run parallelly. One thing is the technical side, HANA database will be upgraded. At the same time, you can plan your activities for simple finance migration. So the data conversion, how you are going to do, and like planning and all, you can even plan parallelly also.
Okay. One more question. Looking at this course content, we have
Hmm.
spent a lot of time on asset accounting because that is very huge. Okay.
Yes,
But for the controlling part, there is not so much to consider. But the relevance
there
is
are
same. 12%,
no, there are
12%.
yes, there are two important topics in controlling which we have not touched till now. One is
Uh,
COPA, right? We need to do the COPA configuration only for account-based approach, account-based COPA, I mean to say.
yeah.
And other thing is splitting, the COGS split. I don't know how many of you are comfortable with product costing in which there is component split, COGS split.
Yeah, we have a component, cost component, yes, COGS.
No,
To
but are
calculate the
you,
COGS, right?
yes, but again, I'll need your help. At least if somebody knows the product costing very well. So we need to configure the system for product costing also, because if you want to understand this COGS split in detail, I think who is the best person who knows product costing very well?
New material
Yeah, I can do that.
Mar, you can do that, right?
yes, I can do.
Yes. So when we talk about this cost component split, I'll give you 1 week. If
Okay.
possible, just configure the normal product costing. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
In for example, you do it in both in ECC also and in simple finance server also. And at the
Okay.
end, I'll just show you how you can see only minor changes there in terms of product costing. It is
Okay.
like the splitting of COGS and variance,
Okay.
price
Yeah,
variance.
yeah.
Yes, production variance. So currently you cannot assign multiple accounts. There is only one account which you can assign in account-based COPA. While in costing-based COPA, you can assign multiple accounts. But now
But
in simple finance,
we are using costing based COPA, so there is no change in that.
if you are using costing-based COPA, SAP is strongly recommending, and even I heard that it is mandatory to use account-based COPA now. So you have to
Okay.
Really?
activate
Are
account-based
people
COPA.
shifting from cost to account based?
Yes, there is a
Cost to
reason.
account based.
Yes, there are some reasons behind it. I'm not saying shifting. I'm saying if you are not using account-based COPA, SAP is recommending because it is very simpler. Like you don't need multiple tables to store the data. You don't need any difficult configuration. It will be very simple now because everything will
See,
be
boss,
updated in EC document.
SAP recommending anything means more or less it's going to be a trend then. That's what I
Yes,
see in.
yes. Even if you go through this document, they are saying now it is mandatory. I don't know how they can say that account-based COPA is mandatory. But again, in the documents it is very clearly mentioned that account-based COPA has been as a mandatory requirement. You have to activate account-based COPA, even though you were
Otherwise,
not using till now.
Gaurav, help
otherwise,
me understand.
I don't know any answer for otherwise. That is
No, no,
again the question with me also. If we are not using, what is the problem? 'Cause for example, we have
yeah,
configured the
because
company
at
and
the
we are not
start,
activated.
yeah, so it means we can't use this if we are using costing based COPA.
No. If you are using costing-based COPA, you can use parallelly. If you are
but
using
Gaurav,
costing-based COPA, that can work as it
Yeah,
is.
SAP recommending that.
Apart from costing-based COPA, you should also go for account-based COPA.
Yes.
actually, Gaurav,
Additional.
I'm not. I haven't been through CEO or product costing, so really don't have much idea about that. But there always used to be a difference between account-based COPA and cost-based COPA.
Yes.
So
So
my understanding is that something must be specific there in cost-based COPA, which the account-based COPA is not able to cater. That's why people go for cost-based COPA.
yes,
Yeah,
there were some
manufacturing.
restrictions. There were
Actually,
some
manufacturing.
restrictions.
Yeah, manufacturing industry normally go for costing based COPA, but yeah, now even I read some of the blogs. Even SAP is recommending that both account based and costing based COPA please activate it. That's what they are recommending.
You mean to say together?
Yeah, together, yes.
Any
Okay.
specific reason?
Yes,
No,
Anurag,
no.
I'll explain. I'll explain. See, it is like this. Currently, in account-based COPA, there are some restrictions. First of all, before talking about costing-based COPA and account-based COPA, can anybody tell me what is the difference? If no, let me. I think Mahar, you are comfortable with controlling.
Yes. See, in
Yes, Mahar,
general,
can you just?
in costing based COPA, you can see each and line item wise values in costing based COPA. Whereas in account based COPA, you cannot find out. And in costing based COPA, you can maintain a value fields so that you can capture the values from other modules, other submodules also. But in
Yes.
account based COPA, it is not possible. And as well, you can reconcile FI and CO based on account based COPA rather than costing based COPA. So
Yeah,
these are
Okay,
some points.
from
in
business point
costing
of
based,
view,
sorry,
Yeah.
in
Neeraj,
costing based, sorry,
from business
costing
point of view, if you see the
Yeah.
difference,
Yeah.
account-based COPA will always tally with your accounts, GL accounts. The reason is
Exactly.
whatever will flow in your accounting, that will flow
Yeah.
to your account-based COPA. But
Right.
costing-based COPA is totally statistical. It is statistical means it will take the values from
Yeah.
the sales order, from production order, which are
yeah,
not
but
posting anything to
that is the
accounting.
advantage. That is the advantage over account based because we can have multiple value fields from different. What would I say? The source, sales order, purchase
Mhm.
order, whatever. We can have a combination. Which we have a concept called profitability segment, right? So
Yeah.
that will be a combination of whatever fields you want as a value fields, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
which is not possible in account based. So why SAP is recommending account based? Just
No,
because
hang
of the
on.
Yes,
reconciliation
now
part? Just
Yes,
because of
no.
the
now
That's
in
reconciliation
not
part?
correct.
That's it.
no,
Only
no,
because of
Generally,
reconciliation.
in service type of industries like trading, hospitality, and hotels, and all those type of industries, they go for account-based COPA. And
yes, Meher, I
yeah,
had the answer to Anurag. Anurag, as you are saying that if I want the split, like what are, for example, as you are saying, manufacturing industry needs the costing results. Like what is the cost for this component, what is the cost of this component. So normally till now in account-based COPA, you will get the figure cost of goods sold. It will not show you the bifurcation.
Right.
For the what was the labor cost, what were my material cost. You will not get this bifurcation in account-based COPA, and that is the reason people were going for costing-based COPA. But now in simple finance, why they are focusing on account-based COPA? Because this functionality is now available in account-based COPA also.
Okay, so we will see that, because in my understanding, because yeah, you are right that service industry and all those go for, but for manufacturing industry, because if we want to have a profitability per product, per region, per customer, I think I can get with costing based, not with account based,
That
right?
is possible. No, you can get in account-based COPA. Why don't you get? If you want the profitability, see again, profitability is a
No,
subjective
I
term.
want profitability with the
Profitability
multiple
from
components together.
accounting point of view is, yes, see. So profitability again has a different approach. Profitability from one side, from accounts approach, it is my revenues minus my total expenses is my profit, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
but the sales team looks at the profitability like this: my total sales cost at what I sold minus my production cost is my profit, irrespective of what I have, what revenue I have incurred in this month. I'm not bothered about month. Okay, so this is a different account-based COPA talks about month-wise periodic postings.
Periodic wise.
Revenues
Yeah.
minus expense is
Periodic
my profit.
posting is, and that is cost of sales
Okay,
account.
costing-based COPA is totally different. It says yes, it
Based on the
sales
sales.
minus cost.
Yeah.
Yes. So that is the reason. It is not replacing costing-based
So
COPA at all.
Gaurav,
If you want the, yes.
Gaurav Raghu here. So I had an opportunity to speak to Janet Solomon last month, who is like head of SAP's management accounting design in one of the conference here. So she was saying
Raghu,
like,
can you keep your mic in front of you?
yeah, can you hear me properly now?
Yes.
So I
Yes,
had an
now it is clear.
opportunity to speak with Janet Solomon, who is head of SAP's management accounting design team, development team. And she was saying like, even though account-based COPA is like prime focus, but still cost-based COPA, which has few advantages, is still encouraged, and we are not discouraging using the costing-based COPA purely for the fact.
Yes, that is exactly what I'm talking about. Whatever
Yeah.
functionalities are available in costing-based COPA, they are untouched, and SAP is not saying you to replace costing-based COPA. They are saying account-based COPA also can provide functionalities, not same as, but lot of similar functionalities to costing-based COPA, which were not available earlier.
Exactly.
At the same
So,
time, the configuration is also very simpler, and the tables also, like for costing based COPA, whatever tables were updated earlier, the same tables will be updated, because this universal journal is still not applicable for costing based COPA, but it is now applicable for account based COPA. So reporting will
yeah.
also become simpler because everything is
Right.
updated in AC document. So
Okay, Gaurav.
again, coming to account based COPA versus
Right.
costing based
Only
COPA,
disadvantage
account
with
based.
account. Sorry to interrupt. So only for other guys, only disadvantage with account-based COPA now is you don't get pipeline profitability when I create a particular sales order. Costing-based COPA can pick up the data from sales order, but account-based COPA you can't see that. Since account-based
Yes, you
COPA
will
gets
only get
value
actual values. You will not get statistical values.
statistical values.
Yes.
And
Yes. Sir.
another
Yeah,
disadvantage is you can't calculate something over and above what is actually posted. For example, I want to accrue some 10% sales commission on my sales. In account-based COPA, you don't get that accrual values, right? So those are,
No, but
and you cannot
if you are
pull in data
posting,
from, and you can't pull in
Raghu,
data
if you are
from other
posting,
sources. Yeah,
Raghu, but
posting
if
I
you are
have only
posting,
sales. I don't, I
okay,
have
if you are
not yet
not posting
calculated
commission, then you will
commission.
not get, right? Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
commission I calculate only at like quarter end or year end, but still I wanted to see the real profitability, assuming that it can be 10%. In cost-based
Okay.
COPA, I can do that, but not in account-based COPA.
Yes, you are right. So whatever you are posting, you will get in account-based COPA. It is not in simple finance. It is in the
Okay,
old
we will
version
see.
also.
Yeah, one more question. If I ask you about the migration point of view, suppose I am working on EHP 7 and I don't have any HANA based database, but I want to migrate to HANA data and I'm using costing based COPA, suppose. And I want to migrate to HANA along with simple finance. So I should also configure the account based COPA in the new functionality, or I should go with the costing based COPA if I want.
you can go ahead with costing based COPA. There will be no change in terms of costing based COPA. Apart from that, SAP also recommends
To go
that
with
you
account
also
base.
activate account based COPA. So you can use both in parallel.
Okay. And then account base you will show to us in simple finance.
Yes, I'll show you account based COPA. At the same
So that
time,
yes, okay.
yes,
So that is
at the
covered in
same
this
time,
12%. Okay.
yes. The configuration of operating concern, the configuration of account-based COPA, how the values are flowing to AC.K, this will be one thing which we will cover. Apart from this, as I told you, the product costing, the component splitting, COGS split, that
Yeah.
configuration, I think if Mahar will help me, we'll be able to see that also. Okay, so we will compare
You
ECC
mean
with
to
simple
say
finance.
labor overhead, quality control, all
Yes,
those costs.
yes. So earlier in ECC, this was not possible in account-based COPA. It was only showing you one value, total COGS. But if I want the split out of this
Mhm.
COGS, how much is my material, how much is my labor, everything
Mhm.
you can get now in simple finance in account-based COPA also. So these two things we are going to see in controlling in COPA.
Okay, then we will ask questions at that time rather than asking now.
Yes. No, not an issue. At least we can start the discussion. This is also part of training because next week we don't need to discuss all these things again. At least we are clear now what is account based, what is costing based.
Okay, Gaurav, if the time
Yes,
allows,
David.
going forward, could you get some time to show us something on cost-based COPA as well? Because as for me, I know I am zero in CO. I'm saying
Mm-hmm.
apart from the traditional overhead costing, etc., I don't have much knowledge about product costing or your COPA. So what I can
Okay.
figure out from the discussion, I understand what the account-based COPA would be, but maybe if you could show something on cost-based COPA, so it will give us comfort and better appreciation.
Sure, we can have a separate small session on costing this COPA. Once we complete this total course, we can extend this for 1 week or maybe one lecture.
Okay.
So instead of waiting for the whole course to complete, would it be possible in the flow when we are doing CO, for 1 week we may be able to invest some time in the cost-based COPA to get a glimpse of that as well?
I need to check because I already have the plan with
I
me.
can help. If you need, I can help on this. It can be like 30 minutes.
Yes. That is not a problem. I will definitely, if I require, I will take the help from Raghu and Meher because I also personally have not worked much on product costing. I worked on COPA and I just worked on this account-based COPA. So costing-based COPA is one area where I am also not very much comfortable. But again, we will take the help of Meher and Raghu because I think they are more controlling guy than financial guy. So they will definitely help us. So that is the reason why I'm telling to don't disturb these sessions. Once this is done, I'll also be participant and we will understand these things from Raghu and Meher then.
Okay. Gaurav, yeah,
Yes, Meher.
yeah, I have a question here. You need a assistance in configuration this of cost component structure for product costing, right? So in ECC, so is the system totally integrated with MM and PP? Is it in the, or is it
Yes,
ready with all the PP?
ECC, Simple Finance, everything is upgraded. Everything is integrated with MM and SD.
So I can directly go with product costing and all, no need of updation of valuation class, material master, BOM, routing and all for my product costing configuration.
No, but which company you will use? I don't know any
No, but
company is
That's what
created
I
for
want to
all
check
these
out. In
modules.
which,
no, but
exactly.
I
In
think
this
you might
company
need,
code,
I think
yeah,
you might need bomb
I
routing at
think
least because that won't be there because I don't think so.
and
So it will be better if you configure the system from scratch.
Maybe the valuation variant, costing variant, all those, and then after that bomb routing is maybe required. I think so.
parallelly should be
Yes.
configured. That's what my question is. Parallelly all everything should be ready. Like client from MM and what
See,
you say, BOM and routing
MM
from PP.
side, Meher, MM side, I am very much comfortable. I can configure everything in MM. MM, I don't
Yeah.
have any problem. Similar to
Actually,
that,
I tried
SD.
to configure MM side client. It was giving an error for me. I don't know.
Here actually, we also
T0.
need a SD config also
Yeah, SD, yes, for
because
cost of sales. Exactly.
the billing document should
I
show to
think we need
COPA.
multi
That's what we have to see.
I think for product costing there is no need of SD,
No,
but
I'm
at
talking
the
about
cost
the
of sales point,
CPI is must.
PP and MM is required for product costing.
CP is must.
for
PP is
COPA.
also
I
there.
think
But
yes, I
finished
think
good.
it will be.
Product costing in the sense we need a finished product, right?
Yes,
Yes,
for product
yes.
costing. PP and MM is mandatory at initial level. Down the line, SD should be there.
Maher, do one thing. Maher, do one
Yes.
thing. You just send me the activities which are required. Okay.
Okay.
What we will do is we'll assign a single person to each and every activity who is comfortable. Okay.
No, I can configure the plan MM part.
Okay.
In which company code?
No, that we are still not created any company code. We need to start
Actually,
from
I
scratch.
have created one.
Sorry,
Company code.
Gaurav, I think in company code IND I configure MM setting everything, the integration part, MM part of the plant, everything. I assign plant for everything. The MM setting is all done.
I think MM side, all of them, all of us are comfortable.
Yeah,
But
MM side is
we
okay.
need someone. We need
PP
somebody
also.
from. Yes.
PP also
Okay,
done.
PP also. Then it is fine.
Yeah.
MM, SD, PP, there is no problem. Configuration for controlling, Meher will handle. So what we can do is, Meher, I
Yes.
think you are the right person who will send us the activities. What are the activities in the sequence? Okay.
Okay.
Once
Fine.
that is done, I think we have the email IDs of each and everybody now. You can just send this activities to all. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah, Meher, I can also
then
help you. Maybe whenever you need help in product costing COPA, just let me know. Yeah.
Sure, Anurag.
Yeah, PP side I can configure.
Okay.
okay, so first highlight the list of activities, then we will assign each and every whoever is comfortable doing this configuration, he can just revert on the mail that I can take this part. I'll start the configuration. I'll start creating the company ledger and all, and then I'll share this company code with you. Okay,
Sure.
and then you do all this configuration. We'll do the testing when we'll meet the next time, or maybe when we go to that topic. In that we can just see all these things.
Okay. One more thing, because for COPA, which you are going to show us, we need to have a proper SD config also, because billing document should flow to COPA. So that also we have to take care in the
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So everything we have to configure SD, MM, PP, everything. Yeah.
Yes, it will be total integration.
So we have to maintain a loop for that one. Let us start from PP, FI, CO, PP, and MM at broadcasting level. At this level, then COPA.
Just do one thing.
Yeah.
If possible, send the list of activities today itself. So we'll
Okay.
start off in this week itself. So maybe if we need this configuration next week, it will be ready.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Okay, I think we'll meet in the next week now. But again, we'll try to coordinate with each other through mails because we need to configure the system.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, please. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Thank
Bhumi,
you.
you any question? Yes, I'll reply
Thank
on
you
your
all.
mail. Don't worry about it. Yes. Thank you. Bye.
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 Bye-bye. Super, yeah, super.